So it tells you that probably if Stonebwoy had gone to someone with a proposal, probably telling the person they should do, and the person understood the cost of what he was doing, they would have invested. Because, Sika, there's no way you tell me you are doing your own event and I should just come and put money in it.
We've got exciting conversations lined up for you, and one particular story that also made headlines within the week is the show that happened in the UK. Yes, I'm talking about Stonebwoy show and also Akwaba UK, Alodia and Dennis and Co, their show. I mean, we all know the controversies that came up before the show actually took place in the UK. But God be so good. It actually turned out very well. It was very successful. Both shows sold out. And, well, whatever it is that you believe, it was sold out. But then the manager of Stonebwoy is saying that Stonebwoy's UK concert was fully funded and solely funded by him, Stonebwoy. There was no sponsorship. There was no third party who contributed a dime to this particular show to make it a success. Let me introduce my pundit for today. Willie.
Hello, my dear.
Today they don't know red.
No, today they're not in red because I'm in blue.
You are in blue. Today you know blue.
I know blue. Blue today, is the best.
But today I saw somebody mixing things.
Hey,
I think it was blue.
Yeah, there was some blue one. Charlie, these boys. I don't want to talk about them because I feel like now there are a lot of people in the local like their brain is very soft. So the more we keep talking about these things, it's like they feel they should also go and test it. So I don't want to even give those things attention again because I feel like
gives
the more
education, right?
The more I talk about it, it's like I'm also re-echoing it to somebody who
like
wants
you are
to
reminding them that there's something like this, so go and try.
Yeah.
I get it.
Someone who is not mentally strong would want to go and see why people are doing it and they are sleeping.
Yeah.
Some might say, then let me, I won't go and sleep outside, I'll go and sleep in my room. But at the end of the day, you are causing yourself harm. And I don't want to push you to this, so I beg. No red, no
blue, no colors.
Just drink water. Drink 1 kg mineral water.
Oh God, tell them.
Water.
Tell them.
And stop the red, the blue, the green, the pink. So
Stonebwoy's manager is saying this. He is saying that he has opened up about investments, and we know that for you to even organize a show in Ghana, it takes so much. And then talk less of you organizing it in the UK. And we all heard and saw whatever that happened before that. Are you surprised that this is coming from the manager? Are you surprised that it actually happened? Because this time around, I think we have to take his word for it because he's the manager. So if he says that Stonebwoy solely funded the show himself, we would have to take his word for it. Are you surprised by this?
I'm not surprised because the last time we had an event like that was talk of the country was medical show. And medical claimed it was Mr. OK Frimpong, the current member of parliament for Asante. God forgive me, I forgot him. It's not Asante Bekwai. The independent candidate who went into parliament.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, Mr. OK Frimpong. He was the man who sponsored his event. So it tells you that probably if Stonebwoy had gone to someone with a proposal, probably telling the person they should do, and the person understood the cost of what he was doing, they would have invested. Because, Sika, there's no way you tell me you are doing your own event and I should just come and put money in it. When, again, I feel like it's a gamble. But if there was proper conversation, because it's a gamble because you are leaving your comfort zone to somewhere else to go and have a show. So it would always be a gamble. Yeah. There's no way you tell me Stonebwoy would pick a show happening in Ashaman over a show happening in Tamale. It's a gamble. Because the numbers he will get in Ashaman, he wouldn't get those numbers in Tamale. No matter how big he is. There is no way you tell him he should leave Ashaman and come to Takoradi when Kofi Kinata is having his event. He would bow down to the king in his own yard. So that's it. If you go to the UK, they have people who run there. That's where the Alodiers and Dennis and Co. Those people come in there and Co come in. And Slicky, my very own international blogger.
Hey, why did you say blogger?
Blogger.
Hey!
Why? Sadek, facha me na I come a pounds be crowd. But you see, people like Sneaky and the rest, they have been doing shows there, so they have the track record. They know how the market is, how they should focus on sales, how they should focus on promoting events. But you, Stonebwoy, you are an artist who's been doing it from another field, so it's a big challenge. And for me, I would say congratulations to Stone. He's done what I think a lot of people are not able to do.
Chale.
And with I don't know if it was a marketing strategy.
I feel a part of me feel it was.
I feel it was a strategy. And if it was a strategy, it worked. If it was a plan that was cooked, it worked so well. And I would be sad. I feel Alodia and the rest were used for a pawn. It was a pawn game that they were used for.
Another reason why I feel it wasn't a marketing strategy is the aftermath. Because I think, is it Alodia or
Alodia's
somebody
talking.
else? He came to say that Stonebwoy had to sell his tickets at a cheaper rate.
Like I'm saying again, but you know TSC, talk is cheap. After the event, we all have to brag and say, mine was this, mine was that. So for that, I respect Big Man Alodia for that. But I'm saying, look at Stonebwoy. If Stonebwoy had not done this, that he feels he's being sabotaged, and had done his event that way, people wouldn't have even heard about the event. It would have died. So I think that thing also helped. But what pains me is those who own that yard weren't smart enough to notice what was going on. That they were playing a game with their name. Because it's always said that if you want to go to the UK and have the best of events, you need to talk to Alodia. You need to talk to so and so. You understand? But this trip, they didn't talk to any of those guys. But he used their names to do promo. In marketing, it's also a form of marketing. There's a word for it, I've forgotten.
Yeah.
There's a marketing word for using someone's name in a negative light to build yours. And it worked. And I even not to forget, Slicky is part of Stonebwoy's team.
Yeah.
So definitely they were also
He
also had the understanding of the background info on how events happen there. So and looking at senior man Slicky and how sneaky he can be with the game, I wouldn't be surprised even this is his idea. I wouldn't. Like another idea, man.
No, it's his idea actually. Everything is his idea.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's his idea, and it worked perfectly. It's an eye opener, and I sat down after watching the show. I had time to watch some of the excerpts of the show, and after watching, I was like, if we are able to sit down with our top dogs to go on a world tour, we would fill these Madison Square Gardens, these O2 arenas and stuff. 2 years ago, I watched the podcast of D Black, his Uncut show, where he was talking about these things. He was like, there was a time he had some dough. He said, you know what? He wants to pick the big boys in this town and pick 2 up and coming artists. Not up and coming people, but like you see, there are the
2
big,
young
but
artists.
there are the big dogs.
Of course.
The S's
And
and
you
the
put in here with
KKs.
the DBH.
There are the S's and the KKs. So if the SK they go on a tour, it would be very good. But he said at a point, he spoke to someone. He spoke to like probably all of them. Oh, how do? Then later, the person calls me and asks him, is so and so part of this thing we are doing? Then I wouldn't do. You get it? So we are the ones depriving ourselves of joy. Yeah, lucky and so I feel if we are able to come together and have a genuine cause, we will do this. I'm not saying the Nigerians are united. They are divided. You are seeing what Burna Boy is doing somewhere, what Skid is doing something, but it didn't just start from somewhere. There were promoters from Nigeria who were organizing One Africa concert in Dubai, where they will say One Africa concert, there are 13 Nigerian artists, two from Ghana, 1 from Sierra Leone, 1 from East Africa. They are done. So at the end of the day, there is always the Nigerian. So when they are in the people's faces and they decide to do their shows, it's that easy. But we are not having that. So I think we should understand the basics and say we want to have a world tour. Probably we want to have a world tour. Some of the big names who invest in the creative space would want to invest in this and probably get revenue for the government?
The revenue there is very important. It is very, very, very necessary. So this one is coming from Stonebwoy's manager, and this is what he had to say about Stonebwoy's concert. You know, it was a successful event, and we are keeping our fingers crossed and hoping that as the days goes by, you know, we will be seeing more of our artists also filling out and selling out their shows and all of that. Because Charlie, it's not easy on this side, man. It's not easy. So that's it with that.